Hello and welcome to Amtrak's Sanford AutoTrain station. Driving from north to south along the East Coast can be a hassle. It takes over 12 hours non-stop, and that's without the I-95 traffic. It isn't very comfortable and often requires an overnight halt for those traveling from the far reaches of the coast. But what if there was a different way, a more comfortable, more enjoyable way to get from end to end of I-95? That's where Amtrak's AutoTrain steps in. AutoTrain is the only train in America that allows you to take your car on the train. And today, we're taking it north to Lorton, Virginia. We'll travel 18 hours overnight, sleep in a comfortable bed, and have 2 excellent meals. All while ourselves and our car travel 855 miles up the East Coast. So come with me as we climb aboard Amtrak's AutoTrain. Our journey begins with a drive. Sanford Station is located 30 minutes north of Orlando, and we reach the station around 12:30 p.m., about an hour after check-in opens. Check-in closes at 2:30, so we've got plenty of time. We're welcomed by a station that is laid out unlike any other, with a vast yard of auto haulers, Superliner coaches, and Siemens locomotives. Joining the queue of waiting cars, something becomes immediately apparent. We're going to be here for quite a while. At first I thought it was part of the check-in process. A lot of people getting on, a lot of cars to get through, and not a lot of space. And so the minutes begin to tick by. First 20, then 40, and then the first hour has gone. With it being clear we aren't going anywhere for a while, I shut the car off and sat in silence, waiting for something to happen. And then, something did. Cars started coming out of the station. Cars with snow on them. These were the cars from the southbound train being unloaded. And with over 200 cars coming south, we've got more time to kill than I originally thought. So, with nothing better to do and our car not going anywhere, let's take a walk down to the station. After chatting with a staff member, it was revealed that the inbound train was almost 3 hours late due to weather. Weather that was visually apparent on the cars still in the auto haulers. The weather in question was Winter Storm Gianna, which brought over a foot of snow to much of the Carolinas, which are right at the heart of AutoTrain's route. The Sanford AutoTrain station is impressive. A wall of glass welcomes passengers into the main waiting hall with seats lining the space. At one end, passengers will find a ticket desk and shop with restrooms at the other. The shop includes plenty of snacks, larger food options, travel accessories, and of course, AutoTrain merch. There's also a food truck out by the curb for fresh-made food. If the train is on time and you check in early, then a shuttle is available to downtown Sanford. If you do end up heading downtown, be mindful of the time to make sure you're back well before departure. The line of cars has extended well down the block by the time we get back to our car. We sit in silence as we cross hour 2, arriving cars continuing to drive past. Finally, after almost 2.5 hours, the line begins to move. We creep down the entryway to the check-in gate where a member of staff puts a number on the side of our car, after which we can park up and head into the station. The next time you'll see your car is in Virginia, so be sure to grab anything you need for the overnight trip. Heading inside the station, it's time to check in. For the train, that is. While our car has been checked in, we still need to get our boarding pass and dinner reservation from the ticket desk. And yes, you do need to check in at the desk, as the boarding pass is required to board the train. We're traveling towards the end of the off-season, so there's only 2 dinner seatings on today's train, a 6 p.m. and an 8 p.m. I opted for the 6 p.m. and found a seat in the waiting hall for yet more waiting. Passengers continue to filter in from the drop-off area as we sit and wait. It has now been 3 hours since we arrived. Finally, 3.5 hours after arriving at the station, the first boarding call is made. It is a bit of a mess out on the platforms with 269 passengers all trying to find their car at the same time. Our sleeper is located towards the rear of the train, and here we are, car 5240, one of Amtrak's deluxe sleeper superliner coaches. Climbing aboard, we head upstairs to find our room. The deluxe sleeper offers only bedrooms on the upper level, with 4 roomettes, the accessible and family bedrooms on the lower. We're traveling in room C, one of Amtrak's superliner bedrooms. With 2 large beds, a full-size couch, and a third chair, there's plenty of space for me, myself, and I to sit and enjoy the ride. Now, we may be on board, but we aren't going anywhere anytime soon. The crew still needs to finish loading the cars and then attach the auto haulers to the train. So with time to spare, let's see what Amtrak's bedrooms are all about. The bedroom is the larger of the 2 traditional sleeping accommodations offered on sleeper trains. At 6.5 feet wide by 7.5 feet long, or 200 by 230 centimeters, the bedroom is a little over twice as big as a roomette. With 2 full-size beds and an armchair, the bedroom can accommodate up to 3 passengers during the day and 2 at night. The majority of Amtrak superliners have received the new long-distance interiors, which includes new upholstery, carpet, and curtains. In their daytime configuration, bedrooms include a full-width sofa on one side and an armchair on the other, all adorned in the new long-distance blue and gray. On the window side of the sofa are the announcement volume controls, master light switch, and attendant call button. The door side includes another reading light, the temperature adjustments, and the first of 3 outlets in each bedroom. The solo chair folds against the wall when not in use, above which is a reading light and a bit of storage. Storage space is rather interesting. Despite being a large room, there really isn't any dedicated space outside of the floor and a bit above the chair. The only enclosed storage is a small closet found by the door, but it's really only meant for coats. Between the chair and the sofa is the room's stowable table, cup holders, and safety card. In addition to extra space, bedrooms include a private vanity, bathroom, and shower. The vanity is built into the bathroom wall, the sink framed by a set of outlets, soap, light controls, and trifold mirror. A medicine cabinet opens to reveal additional towels, soap, and cups. The room's trash can is built into the vanity located beneath the sink. Behind the vanity is the combination bathroom and shower, the door for which is tucked away in the corner. The small facility includes a toilet front and center with a flexible shower head mounted on the wall. The refresh facility includes a nicer shower setup, though the cramped quarters make taking a shower quite difficult, especially for taller individuals. An added bonus of traveling in bedrooms is access to windows on both sides of the train. Each room includes the usual window, however the full-width nature of the bedroom allows passengers to enjoy sights through the aisle windows as well. I do have to say the added space of the bedroom is quite nice. It's great being able to stretch out and relax, plus the private bathroom is an awesome addition. Now, Amtrak's bedrooms are often pricey, but AutoTrain is the one place where you can score a bedroom for a reasonable price. For our journey, I paid $680 for the room and $255 for the car, for a total of $935. That might seem like a lot, and well, it is, but bedrooms regularly go for over $1,000, so this is a steal. While we've got all we need for a wonderful night's trip right here in our room, there's a few other things around the car worth checking out. For starters, the drink station. At the center of the car, passengers will find a coffee machine, water, condiments, and utensils for those dining in their rooms. Unlike other sleeper trains, the coffee machines are on throughout the journey, so feel free to grab a cup whenever you need. Downstairs, we find 4 roomettes, the accessible and family bedrooms, and the communal bathrooms and shower. Amtrak's roomettes are the smallest sleeping accommodations at 3.5 by 6.5 feet, or 100 by 200 centimeters. They offer comfortable chairs during the day and 2 large bunks at night. 3 bathrooms and the communal shower are found opposite the roomettes. Each facility is small but functional, and is kept clean throughout the journey by the onboard staff. Now you'd think after all that touring we'd be ready to go. Well, you'd be wrong. We still have to wait for the last cars to be loaded, so let's go check out the diner and lounge cars. The dining car is all laid out for dinner, with white tablecloths, silverware, and flowers by the windows. Meals on Amtrak are community seating, so expect to chat with someone new at every meal. The next car down is the lounge. Here we find a few more tables ready for dinner and the snack bar, where any number of snacks, drinks, or meal options can be purchased. The lounge also includes a few tables should you want to sit and chat. For passengers traveling in coach, a long-distance cafe car is also available, located within the coaches. Returning to our room, it's finally time to set off. The auto haulers are attached to the rear, and at 5:30 p.m., 5 hours after we first got to the station, we're on the move. And after all of the delays coming in, we're only 90 minutes behind schedule. Hopefully that number doesn't go any higher as we head north. Now, I travel quite a bit, whether it's for the channel, work, or for vacation, and I always find I carry a ton of stuff. Keeping all of that organized is key when on the move, which is why I'm pleased to introduce today's sponsor, Bellroy. When I travel, I try to keep everything in a carry-on or a backpack. This means I'm looking for space, which is why I love the Transit Travel Pack Pro. It's got an expandable main cavity for up to 38 liters of space, includes a front pocket for easy access when on the go, a rigid laptop sleeve with tech accessory storage, and it unfolds like a full suitcase for easy packing and unpacking at your destination. Of course, it's great to have a bag, but what does everyone else need to bring on any trip? Toiletries and tech. Bellroy's got us covered there too with their essential travel set. The set includes the Toiletry Kit Plus and Tech Kit, both of which include tons of pockets, magnetic barriers, and all of the space you'll ever need to carry the essentials. And they aren't just functional, they're stylish and sustainable. If you're looking for the perfect travel companion, then head on over to Bellroy.com using the link in the description below to receive 10% off your order. Thanks again to Bellroy for sponsoring today's video, and now back to Amtrak's AutoTrain. The winter sun is already low by the time we set off. The scenery scrolls past lazily, the train doing all the work while we sit and enjoy.
Welcome aboard and thank you for choosing the AutoTrain.
Dinner time comes right as the sun disappears beyond the horizon. Heading to the dining car, we're seated at one of the many tables, welcomed by a salad and roll. Dinner tonight comes from Amtrak's traditional dining menu, which includes our starter salad, a fresh cooked main, and a dessert. For dinner tonight, I went with the classics, the signature flat iron steak and chocolate spoon cake. The salad starter is fine at best. The lettuce is a little rubbery, likely from sitting out a bit too long. Our steak, cooked to order, is excellent. It's tender and cooked perfectly, the sauce is sweet and savory, and the sides are great. I do wish the green beans did have some kind of seasoning on them when cooked, but salt and pepper works well enough for me. Dessert is the chocolate spoon cake, so called because you need a spoon to eat it. Layers of chocolate cake interspersed with mousse makes for a rich and decadent dessert. Stomach full and sun set, we return to our room to watch the lights of passing towns. A full moon hangs high above, watching over our journey north into the night. Despite rolling through many stations like the one here in Jacksonville, AutoTrain has only 2 stops, Lorton and Sanford. There is a single intermediate halt in Florence, South Carolina, but it's only for a crew change and fresh air break. AutoTrain is the longest passenger train in North America, with 16 coaches and 32 auto racks, totaling over 3/4 of a mile. The best way to see that length is from the outside, and pulling up the Folkestone virtual Railfan cam, we see our train flying by. With nothing left to do, it's time for bed. Our car attendant comes by and converts our room from day to night. The beds are the best aspect of Amtrak's bedrooms. The lower double bed is massive, and as a solo traveler, I can really stretch out and sleep how I want. I'm 6'3", and the bed is just that, 6 feet 3 inches long, and thus fits me perfectly. But what about the top bunk? Well, that folds down from the ceiling, a ladder provided to help get up there. The upper bunk is 6 feet 2 inches long, but with the extra frame, it feels a bit longer than the lower. It too is plenty wide, allowing for a great night's sleep. Upper bunk amenities include a small storage pocket, reading light, and safety strap which hooks into the ceiling. But I'm looking to sleep down below, and climbing under the covers, it's time to turn out the lights for a good night's rest. We're up bright and early the next morning. Out the window, the sun has yet to get out of bed, the horizon painted in a deep orange hue. With a scheduled arrival of 9 a.m., breakfast ends at 8 to give the crew time to clean up. Breakfast on AutoTrain is a little different from that on other long-distance trains. There are 2 ways to get breakfast: a traditional meal in the dining car and a grab-and-go option in the lounge. The grab-and-go offers crumb cakes, cereals, and bananas for something quick. I chose to eat in the dining car, the menu for which includes some options I've never seen before. Breakfast today is a choice of a continental selection, egg white breakfast sandwich, and a spinach artichoke quiche. I went for the latter, which comes served with roasted potatoes and a croissant. The quiche is excellent. It's cheesy, savory, and wonderfully flavorful. The potatoes have unfortunately been over-salted, but not to the point of inedibility. Overall, it's a great breakfast and an excellent way to start the day. Back in our room, we see the effects of the winter storms firsthand. The landscape is coated in a thick layer of snow, the sun reflecting off the now refrozen top layer of ice. And that scenery makes for a stunning view as we cross the James River into Richmond. Just north of Richmond is Ashland, Virginia, home to one of Virtual Railfan's most famous railcams. Pulling up the feed, we see our AutoTrain in full daylight, powering northward, still 90 minutes behind schedule. Fredericksburg is the next major landmark on the journey, and it's here where we catch up with Silver Meteor Train 98. Train 98, which had been 3 hours behind due to freight, weather, and communication issues, has now stopped here with the crew performing an equipment check. The delays would continue to stack up for 98, with their arrival into New York delayed by an astonishing 9 hours. From Fredericksburg north, we begin our run alongside the Potomac River, arguably the most beautiful section of track on the AutoTrain route. Now, I've been saying Amtrak's AutoTrain a lot, but back before Amtrak took over, it was run by a private corporation. AutoTrain started in 1971 with the AutoTrain Corporation, which ran single-level trains with dome cars in addition to the double-level auto racks. The train was an immediate success and turned a profit just 3 years after opening in 1974. In the same year, a second route was opened, Sanford to Louisville, Kentucky. Their success saw Amtrak try their hand at the AutoTrain business in 1975 with AutoTrack, a service between Poinciana, south of Orlando, to Indianapolis. The service was canceled before it even began, with Amtrak citing unfavorable economic projections along the line. As it turns out, unfavorable economic projections were also hitting the AutoTrain Corporation, and in 1981, service ceased on both routes. Amtrak took over ownership of the Lorton and Sanford terminals and revived the service in 1983, leaving us with the AutoTrain we know today. The final miles on AutoTrain are dotted by Virginia Railway Express stations. It's from one of these stations that we get one last look at our train passing by. But this time, it's not by way of railcam, it's by way of a fan. Huge shout out and thank you to Stacy Delgado for the footage. Please drop them a thank you in the comments below. We begin to slow as we approach the end of our journey. The AutoTrain signs begin to pop up outside and our train crawls to a halt in Lorton, Virginia, the northern terminus for AutoTrain. The unloading operation begins before we can even leave the train. The auto haulers are disconnected from the train the moment we stop, and a shunter brings them around to be unloaded. Grabbing our bags, we bid farewell to our bedroom and Amtrak's AutoTrain, heading downstairs and out into the cold Virginia morning. The first auto hauler sections are being backed into place right as we reach the platform, so you'd think it'd be a quick grab-and-go unloading operation. But nope, there are 157 vehicles on today's train, which means, you guessed it, more waiting. At least the station is nice. The facilities are virtually identical to that of Sanford, with seating, ticketing, and a small shop. Numbers begin to ring out over the PA as cars begin rolling out of the auto haulers.
311. 311.
It's a slow process, and an hour after arrival, number 198 rings out. Our car is ready for pickup. We climb inside, start the engine, and just like that, the AutoTrain adventure is over, 22 hours and 45 minutes after it began. I hope you enjoyed our look at America's only AutoTrain, waiting, delays, and all. This is by far the most interesting route that Amtrak operates. Taking your car on a train has a novelty that will never wear off, and the immense popularity of the route makes it the only profitable long-distance train in the US. But with our journey now at an end, it's time to bring today's video to a close. Next week, we're back on the Northeast Corridor to take a look at Amtrak's legacy Acela. With the next-gen Acela now in service, the legacy sets are slowly being retired. So before they're out for good, we'll take a look at what America's first-generation high-speed train was like and bid farewell to the train that defined the Northeast Corridor. Anyways, if you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my loyal patrons and members. Y'all are amazing and your incredible generosity is greatly appreciated. If you too want your name in the video or just want to support the channel in more ways than one, then head on over to the links in the description below. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for riding with me, and I'll see you in the next one.